We're here to celebrate the effectiveness of the Kasey Alert going into effect November 1st. The Kasey Alert is an alert system just like the Amber Alert, the Silver Alert, that will go into effect when someone goes missing that is between the ages of 18 and 59 under suspicious circumstances or like a critical condition. If someone goes missing like Kasey did that was suspicious, the Department of Public Safety is supposed to alert law enforcement, and just like you see on the billboards on the highways, you get an alert on your phone. That's what will happen with the Kasey Alert. For the last 4 years, I have been actively participating in attempting to get an alert system passed to address the missing and murdered Indigenous persons epidemic. And every year until this year, it has not passed. It's been a long time coming, but I think it's going to save a lot of lives, more than just Native people, all people.
It's an honor that Kasey's not going to be forgotten because he went missing and we didn't find him until 6 years later. And if we would have had an alert, I think that would have helped us find him. It took months and months before they would even do the missing report. And with that alert, I believe that he would be, anybody would be able to be found sooner. I'm just honored that they're naming it after Kasey.
One of the first things we learned was there was such a breakdown in communications between law enforcement agencies, tribes, county government, sheriff's departments, police departments, and this will bridge that gap and make information available quicker, better response. We hope that we never have to use it, but we know from statistics that, especially here in Oklahoma, that we'll probably have to use it, but it will hopefully bring some quicker answers for those families that experience this. We're hopeful to bring them some closure and a quicker response from law enforcement. And we're hopeful that other states that are looking at this same problem and with the missing and murdered Indigenous women and organizations in other states will look at this as model legislation to do something in their states also.
Cherokee Nation's been involved in advocating for legislation at the state and federal level to improve conditions for missing and murdered Indigenous people and to help with that cause. This particular piece of legislation is no different. But I think it's important to recognize that these things are really happening because of grassroots efforts. We're talking about victims' families. We're talking about people who care about this issue, who are educating people like myself, elected officials who, compared to the grassroots, are slow to understand this issue. And so as we've become more aware, we've tried to take cues from the grassroots community, put their thoughts into action. I think the legislature did that in a wonderful way with Kasey's law.
Aubrey went missing in March of 2019, March 9th of 2019. This alert is going to save many lives, and if only it was active at the time that Aubrey had disappeared, I believe that we may have had closure by now. Sadly, Aubrey's case is ongoing, so we continue to push for answers. There's a lot of unanswered questions that I feel like with agencies wanting to push each other back and forth and figure out who's responsible for it, this is going to create a pathway for everyone to work together to be able to protect the people, Indigenous people of Oklahoma. So I think it's incredible. I think it's going to be very moving, and I look forward to seeing all the additional work that we're going to be doing with saving people from missing and murdered Indigenous relatives.
It's sad that we have to be here for this, but it's an honor that, Aubrey's story has helped in some way, and the people that have helped get this law passed, and the grassroots and all the advocates and families. The Kasey Alert, from my understanding, is for everybody, but mainly built from the Indigenous side because, what we deal with, what we face. It's bittersweet to be here under the circumstances, it's sad.